Hi. Hi, everyone. Do I not have off in here? The fuck? Why is off not in here? Did I remove it? Alright, let's see what's going on. Mm. Doors open. Where the fuck is everyone? Where are all of them? Everyone's outside? Alright. First, I am going to close some things. Hmm.
Hello, John.
Hey, everyone!
Because the second in command
I haven't
was
seen you in
and
a long
second in
time.
command would be
Yeah,
through
yeah, it's been a while.
I don't know who would like.
I missed too much.
You guys could be like.
You missed spars.
Have you missed
Nah, that would be
months?
confusing.
That's what I've missed.
I would designate a
Ah,
point
I meant
captain
just today.
for the company, so it'd be up to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just some people punching each other and shooting at each other
Like 50-50, I guess.
in a trading environment.
Hey.
Hey, Songbird.
Hey.
Just finishing up spars.
Yeah. Alright, like Company A finished up their spars, but I mean, I don't know, you can still spar later if you wanted to.
If I get in the mood for it.
We're kind of in the middle of convincing ourselves to like get up and actually do the hide and seek thing, because everyone's sitting down in a circle.
That was
very
completely
comfortably
understandable, Whisper.
and just sort of hanging out, you know.
Hey, John.
Hey.
People have a nice day. Are they out? I think they're out.
They're semi-aware. Some of their eyes are still open.
I'm
still conscious.
Not for long.
Huh?
Stand up.
Fine. Oh, it
And
seems like my shoelace went undone for a second.
That's why I backed up.
Oh, fuck. Give me a second. There we go.
It might be because he secretly hates you.
That was a joke, by the
No.
way. That was a joke.
Well, that's
by the way.
new.
That was a joke, by the way.
Okay, there we go. Just got pins and needles.
Got all your shit unfucked?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What? I lie all the time.
Songbird doesn't lie, but she's famously unaware sometimes.
I'm
Want milk?
exceptionally stupid.
Want milk?
Like,
I wouldn't say
No.
stupid. Maybe ignorant.
Okay, let's be a little nicer.
I feel like we've had this exact conversation before, where like you're uneducated but intelligent, and I'm
Yep.
educated but unintelligent. Yeah,
Just have a lot of those, right?
yeah.
Forgot
You
about
want one?
It's like the exact like we're equal and opposite.
You know what? Sure.
Like the Newton.
I usually grab a couple from the refrigerator.
Yeah, that one.
Equal
I
and
feel like you
opposite,
really
right?
had to like.
Tastes so good, actually. You're mine.
I like the thought.
You feel like it.
Really fucking
Yeah,
vivid
yeah,
in my head.
I'm
And then I
not
tried to
doing my
recall
best
it,
stuff to do
and
it
it didn't
anyways.
come through properly.
I don't want to do a thing until you're better.
We just finished doing spells with Company A. It was mostly Pandora, Sisyphus, Liminal, and Zephyr Firefist doing 2v2s with life rotation. Everything was clean, everybody did fine, just minimal injuries.
Fair enough.
I'm probably going to be partaking in Company B's exercise soon when we.
I don't know. Whenever everyone stands up and is ready to do it.
I'm not part of your company, so.
No, I
was
mean
about
the
to say,
other
I'm not
three people here that are.
The
So...
general idea she had was a high stakes hide and seek.
And that's like
Considering, at least from what I've gathered, their target is a very
Yeah, but I could sit and talk
flighty.
as well.
Not literally flighty,
My
but
last participation was
a
target
runner.
practice of avoiding
you're actually
vitals
so right.
of people.
Hmm. In that case, hide and seek with the rules of not only that,
If I
but
can't shoot
physical
arrows at
contact.
people, then I want no part of it.
it's like Manhunt.
Yeah, manhunt.
I think that's the hunter you're talking
I think Manhunt will probably work.
Yeah, that's
What's
my
that?
job.
Manhunt. Not only do you have to find them, you have to catch them.
Earlier, she's part of your company.
So that goes into basically with how do you see this mission going? Is the idea that we're basically going to be able to get in, put the tracker on, get out, and
That would be
not be
ideal.
discovered at all, and then they go about just gathering us information for us. If we're going to do manhunt and stuff like that, is that the backup plan that we're discovered? We're just going to try and get any sort of win out of the mission, and we're just going to go grab them? Because I don't see us really
It's just so If you
chasing.
don't track them,
Just like
Yeah.
if you don't manage to track them, I imagine the backup plan would be to capture them. Or maybe potentially
I can't do that for like
getting information from them and letting them out again.
A wrench in their plan.
Yeah, I mean, I could potentially. If we manage to get one, I can interrogate one pretty easily, but never interrogated Masse before, so not fully sure how trained each of them are against it, or how cooperative any of them are going to feel.
It sort of depends on like
Pretty
their
armored,
level.
but
And
depends
that
on
is
how
the
high up they are.
with it being mass, if we can't bring them in but we have them and we have to get rid of them, do we just eliminate target on spot? Or
I'm sorry, it's a little funny.
If we can't get
I
anything out of
think
what did you say?
I imagine eliminate on spot, but again, remember these are public
discussing the
areas.
missions coming
The
up
same
for
reason
mass.
that, like, I've watched, like, you know,
I'm
Rage
pretty sure if we were to just
I don't like that one very much.
kill them, I don't know if that would be one. They would know that something happened and they might tighten up security, but that also goes the same with being discovered. So basically, what's better? Well, we're gonna need information from them.
Maybe.
If we can't get information from them,
can sneak around very
I'm
well,
not sure if that's
actually. You
cloud
can,
or
like,
like.
I
you
can
can, like,
sneak around
roll
very well in the
cloud.
worst case scenario. If they see me around, they're more
Yeah.
likely to go after me than
We are
anybody
in a
else.
big industrial city.
Wait a fucking minute, that's actually a genius
I
idea.
mean, you've heard of
Yeah.
like, the London smog,
Slipped
right?
away from them
Like,
before, I can do it
one
again.
year it got so bad, like the entire city and sky were like completely coated in smog and dust and.
The only problem would be that they can only really go on
Well,
one of them.
partly. There's a lot of reasons we have to
Because of, like, the way
I
that they're
think-
set up
I
time-wise.
think we have an equivalent for Company A too.
Oh, yeah.
hearing about it and like
Yeah.
basically just like
So the Company B
I
then?
think you could probably box
You know
them
what?
up
Hell yeah.
in the air
Tap me
and
up.
actually be able to burn it as coal.
So, as I understand it, best objective is we get there, we get a tracker, and we aren't discovered or noticed in any way. We raise no alarms, and we get the information we want. Am I right?
I'm surprised that
Essentially.
Okay.
We must try to get as much information as we can without alerting the target, but if we do alert them,
not
first
Okay,
case scenario,
so,
best case scenario, try to get them
there's a
as much
good
as we can out
chance.
of them.
Rita.
There's a good chance that what information we can get without alerting the target is stuff I could probably actually just get on my own.
I'm surprised you went 3.
I can get 80% of that information.
Would getting them be necessary then? I imagine it would be. You could
So,
potentially steal the
yeah.
uniforms from them.
I'm trying my best on.
Yeah, we're definitely going to want to, if we have access to their home, we're going to want to raid their wardrobe. Because any extra outfits they may have, it'd be a lot easier to tailor them than to recreate them.
At least I haven't found just like random people.
At least I know from what I've investigated about the targets, there's one from security, one from information, and one from medical research.
It's not very common.
So that's
I've only been able to eat
3 of the 4 right there.
Forget you eat people.
Which can get us access to multiple departments.
also so that I can spar with people.
I think the highest ranking one from what I've seen was the information department individual, the oasis by the name of Kiso Reznov.
Oh, you're definitely going to want to get some sort of...
Disintegration.
If we're actually planning full scale to get inside the building, we are going to want access to their security first and foremost. Their entire building is completely layered with a camera system.
I can do that.
I'm not aware.
Why's that?
I can do that. I've worked with them before. It's
They just kind of
They
fucking,
know
I
me.
don't know, man. They just free ball it all the time.
Alright.
What?
Freelancing.
Okay.
They let you as a freelancer into the main building?
Yeah.
Probably not high security. Probably entrance level.
I don't think I have one of those.
What was the lowest floor you ever got to?
We'll read a few books about it.
I have to think
We
about
got like
that.
a
I
week
have
before
maps.
we gotta
I
go
can
do
do
stuff,
some.
so, you know.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
have a
that could
good-
work.
They have a,
I'll
they
get you
have
caught
a,
up on
they have a
what all-
photographic memory, so we at least have the main floor map.
Like we took it over. You think I was married?
Huh. That works.
I don't actually know like any other proper hotel chambers I can area.
Probably nothing like it. Like I said, they were just front level.
Yeah.
So,
Do you remember any?
I've been able to talk for like,
Me a lot.
yeah.
so
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Like a while.
probably not much, but it's still something. They mentioned it before.
Some
just like
big words are still
very big. So it's like must have something.
Part of the
like
reason why I wanted
really
them to
nice.
mostly come here was because in case we ever have to deal with it,
Southern.
I know them outside of like they're my recommendation to come here. So
Yeah, no, I'm not discouraging any of that. I'm thinking about how to go about and do this.
Honestly though, if that's like the most
Imagine
difficult
getting
one,
access to as many security cards and key items as possible then would be the good way to go.
exactly. That's what I
Although I
think.
think we should space out as
I'm
much
chilling.
time as possible before actually heading into the building.
real to me.
Well, what I'm saying is,
Mhm.
It's real to me.
We need to be as prepared as possible, rather than storming that place is a death sentence in and of itself.
I think you're a little silly.
I see how that
Actually,
one works. No, you
Come
know,
with me, I want to chat with you for a sec.
it's real time.
Alright. Where? Just over there.
Just right over here.
I didn't know it was the main building. I just said you were.
No, that's fine. I was just letting you know. I do already have some of their key cards, along with some of their uniforms.
Since when?
I figured I was going to tell you at some point, but I've tried to break into Masse before.
Was it successful? I'm assuming not.
No. So, and one of the problems that's going to come with the fact of any of this interrogation is that they have a saga that does basically some of the opposite of what I do. If
They have a lot of sagas there, I think.
I can tell.
Which one are you talking about?
Her name is Dana Brady. With... you're familiar.
I know the name.
So, I've looked into what they've done before. I can tell whether or not someone works at Masse by being able to see her work in them. But I'm not able to just pull out information with them like I usually am.
I mean, I guess the best way to check would be to tell if she has any influence on them in the first place.
Oh, I can tell
Well, assuming
instantly
she's-
whether, like, if they're actually important enough to Masse, whether or not I can access deeper in them.
At least, if she's done something to them, that probably means they did something that's willing, that's important enough to hide.
Yeah, there's something. It was primarily her fault, was the entire reason that my excursion didn't go so well. I did manage to make it to the lower floors. That's where I met Dana. And an interesting Zoltia.
Something.
Mm-hmm. Long hair, brown, white strikes. Very sullen demeanor.
You still there?
Yeah. Now, the one good thing is that they don't know I was there. But I am, when we get those floor plans, I can add to them what I remember of the first floor.
That would definitely be good.
The problem is that Dana was actually able to take some of that from me. So I don't have as complete as a map as I would like. Unfortunately.
I think, honestly, that first floor is publicly accessible. At least I know most of it is a hospital anyways.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the lower floors, along with the actual... Nearly
That's what I'm
got
actually looking for.
the passcode to the elevator.
Hmm.
Wasn't able to, which is a real shame.
Pretty sure it changes a lot. They change a lot of the passcodes weekly though anyways.
Yeah, that's another problem. Now, it's good to know that trick works, however, and this is someone I can tell you about a bit more in depth later, there's someone there working on the security system, and along with the fact I know there are cameras everywhere, they were able to recognize what I look like on cameras.
That's concerning.
It was. So, this is just if we end up, going back to the main building.
Right.
Why did Parasite just fire a...
That's Captivator's domain. I have no idea.
They just used an
All I
Albus
know is that
ability.
Parasite themselves is... Well,
No, I know what they are.
yeah.
I'm more talking about they just fired straight up in the middle of the city.
I have the exits of the area blocked off with illusion magic.
That works for me. So, yes.
Nobody else should be able to at least come in here. It looks like it's blocked by police tape.
So, after we do a little bit of information gathering, when we gather things, I'll add a little bit. Make sure it's in a way that no one questions where we got some of that information.
Yeah. Honestly, that brings up one of my biggest concerns at this mission. At least this whole thing as a whole.
If they're aware that we're
I said a
moving
little
against
bit
them,
about it over there.
they're aware that we're moving against them, this is going to get a whole lot harder.
The second they're aware of all of us, it's going to get horrible.
Right now, we're not a priority on their list, and we don't want to become one because we don't want to see what that looks like. The longer we can go without them knowing it's us. Good news. Even if they are protected, I can still scramble. So I can at least cover us. Not too different from what I was doing before, anyway.
Definitely might need to ask for a little bit of that. At least you heard what they said over there. Obviously, they're going to be high priority if they ever see them. It's kind of hard to miss.
Yeah.
I was thinking of just using illusion magic the entire time, but it's kind of...
I can take care of a good majority of that. I just need no one asking questions.
I'll probably end up telling the rest of Lucid at some point. I just don't know how they'd handle it.
For you or for me?
Well, not yours.
Okay. I was gonna say.
If anything, I'm a liability for this mission. Although, in an emergency, I could be an immediate target for them if we ever need you guys to get out of the way.
There's also that if it gets all the way to the end, I can just remove it from all of them if you don't want them to remember anymore. Or if it goes poorly, we can restart. Try again.
Maybe. Still trying to get used to being open about it. At least after the things that I've heard people saying about it. Granted, most of what they have to go off of is the Dave killer, so I get it. There goes Fire Fist.
I think he's napping.
At least unknown vision is also going to be a little bit of an issue. She's kind of the reason I'm worried in the first place.
Vision?
Them all monsters.
Oh. Vision's just deeply emotional. Comes with the territory.
That and the fact that she can't really kill anybody without...
That'll fade over time.
It definitely will. She just needs to be... She just needs to be desensitized over time.
And if it doesn't, I can just fix it.
If that's something you're willing to do for yourself, then okay, let me stop you.
Though I do wonder how this is going to work with such flashy abilities overall, and with such a large team. I'm pretty sure, and I think you might agree with me on this, I think would be far more interesting than getting a crack on them is letting me get a hand on them.
What do you mean?
Publisher.
I get that.
And it fades. And no, you don't have to worry, I didn't change anything.
know most of, at least as I've said earlier, the most of your group is non-combatant. We are trying to do this exercise to see how well they'd be able to act under pressure. I don't really think the target they're going after is going to be that much of a fighter, but
Yes.
still a bit worried for them.
Except for the fact that, again, the idea of this is to get in and out without being noticed. Personally, I'd do that with a much smaller team. Along with
Of
that,
course, as orders.
yeah, except for, honestly, I'd keep the vast majority of them on basically standby teams just in case shit goes wrong, blend into the area. Be there in case anything happens, and without being actually sort of active. We want to, in case they're a flight risk, we're going to want to actually cut off any sort of... That's fine. I'm just talking about the mission in general now.
Yeah. I think it should be a good eye.
Yeah.
She's the other captain anyways.
Actually, it's a good thing you'll be included in this. Come here.
Oh, okay.
Mostly just talking about the mission going overall, along with the way of how are you planning to structure this with a team this large for this kind of company. We only need really potentially 1 or 2 people. I could probably go slip a tracker on them. But we have a team this large, and I think the best way to utilize them would be put them at different areas in case they become a flight risk. There's a good chance they might be able to outrun me. I haven't actually checked the...
They're Farron.
There, that's what I was going to say. I don't know. I didn't know the GE, but if they're a Farron, the worst would be if they have their mastery.
Yeah.
I don't have any photos of them. Or anything, I can't really tell.
Okay. I can at least, during this next week,
For the worst, then.
during this next week, I can see if I can find anything. In that case, I might potentially take Gotcha with me. See about staking them out. Basically, the way I see this working is that we get 1 shot before they get suspicious.
Pretty much, yeah.
We can either go the route of potentially using Alma strings, something along the lines of puppetry, or I think as long as I can get within a couple feet, I'm pretty sure I could get that tracker on them.
You think you could utilize the Dave abilities? Or lack thereof? Somewhere? But theoretically, I think Vienna's going to be on the team, right? Yeah, Wolfsbane. Theoretically, at least. I don't know if many Farron abilities are actually able to be. Most of them are casted on themselves.
See, that's the problem, because what's probably going to happen, especially if they get an idea of how large our team is, they don't know what we all can do. They're at least, if they're working in this type of organization, they're at least smart enough that they're going to probably peel off and run. And that's the case where the fact of them being a Farron works very much against us, which is why I think I can at least get close enough to them without arousing any suspicion.
And then we just
There's also another
use the
issue.
other people to like set up in specific strategic locations to prevent them from running completely free.
There is something else. Of course, you're fine. You don't raise any suspicion. The Masse members are trained to look out for Vitality members. So if we're on a database, if any of the Daves on any other missions have seen our faces before or seen our costumes, they're gonna know who we are. And they're immediately going to know that we're coming for them.
Which is why the vast majority of them are really going to have to be... They're going to have to be exits, but they're also going to have to be hidden from sight. Unless they have some sort of ability to be able to blend in with the regular crowd around them, It's one thing to just be a GE holder. It's another to be mask and costume.
Yeah. It definitely would be a smart idea to just like bring a change of clothes.
Is this mission?
I mean,
I
since
guess the
we're,
mission
I
would
mean,
be
we're
important enough
trying to
have
go
our
quiet.
faces shown, but
Right.
that would need, you would need to be fully trusting of your company in order to do that.
Which is also another thing of, if you really want to not raise any suspicion, we can't have any of the other team members within like 30 to 40 feet.
Yeah.
Which
Essentially, you have to
also,
be walking around, passing over civilians to get any other civilians away from them.
room. There's also the fact that if we want anyone to approach them, it needs to be a single person. Because if you want to keep them to stay, they need to think that they're not overpowered. If they're in a group of two, if they're not they aren't used to fighting, they'll run. If they're talking to, let's say they get suspicious of me, they're probably not going to run because I don't look like I'm built to run after them. Instead, they might try to leave calmly. I don't think they're going to start sprinting away from me.
Yeah. Whatever it is. It's definitely gonna be hard. At least on both stances. I know Group B's is probably going to be a bit more tricky. Group A's might even last 20 minutes at most.
It will kind of depend on the actual location we end up getting them in. Because, like, if it's just somewhere on the streets, that's going to be a lot more difficult to set up properly without making it seem suspicious than somewhere like
Yeah, it's going
or
to
a coffee shop.
primarily be based around location as well.
Start your thing. Text either me or Gotcha. We're gonna go to Chili's.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Bring back... Ooh, actually, wait, can you... Hold on, wait.
We should
You
probably
guys
start
need
that.
all-
Just text
Yeah,
me.
additionally, what I was going to say, that we should probably have some sort of backup plan involving Gotcha,
It's fine. I got you.
Oh, dude. Hell yeah. Thank you.
considering the fact, utilizing the portals in the fact that we are going to, without raising much suspicion, get them, if they do notice us, we can't let them just return to their normal routine.
Let's just.
But we can't also, depending on how public, we can't just kill them. Instead, we need to have, if they can run and put themselves through a portal without us having to do anything, that's a good second plan in case this fails and they notice us and there's suspicion. That's at least my recommendation.
Yeah. No, yeah. That's, I mean, pretty close to what I was already planning, but just a lot more specific details that makes it a bit easier to move around the pieces like how it should be.
In terms of
That's primarily what I do for all you guys.
object targets are an individual by the name of Dr. Reznov and Dr. Stubbs. They are security and information, respectively. Just flip-flop. I've gotten, at least on the files, the information states that this Reznov individual is very observant and thoughtful of her surroundings, constantly having a security member on call at all times. The other individual being, I think, middle-ranged ranking in security. Apparently, according to what the others have developed, he is very trigger-happy and tends to lash out at others when challenged. Our first idea would be to potentially have somebody undercover go in there and try to challenge him to something and get him away from the others. Get both of them separated under any cost and under any force necessary. But when they're separated, they're going to know that something's going on. It needs to look natural. Thankfully, I gathered the best combatants in all of our teams together, so it should be quick if we ever do need to intimidate them or something. Although, I feel like for them, our best course of action would be to capture them, put the track on them when they're asleep, and then let them go. The only issue rises.
If it comes to that, putting a tracker on them is going to be incredibly difficult. If we have them unconscious, we might as well go the extra mile and put the tracker in them. Depending on how small it is, it wouldn't be hard, especially with Haywire there, to insert the tracker, and then it would be a matter of healing them so they were never injured in the first place.
It's definitely a good idea.
That depends entirely about the size of the tracker, which I haven't seen yet.
The trackers are about...
Are they about small, circular, like discs?
About the size of a penny.
That can work. See, we can't just do under the skin, because then they would notice that, there'd be invisible bulge. Can't do inside the muscles, because they would feel that while they move, so we have to go and put it somewhere in the actual organ cavity.
That for a Farron, they'd be able to, if it conducts electricity at all.
Yeah, that comes into a problem
It'll
as well.
potentially break if they use their abilities. That's a whole other thing, though.
You could put it in an EMS shield.
Probably. We could have that one specifically curated.
The problem with having any... Okay. So if you do that, the problem with doing that to sensors or trackers is that the only way to block all electricity is to also block all signal. And if you block all signal, it's a dead lump that we put through a lot of effort to put in them. That does nothing.
I think our highest priority right now... I'll bring that up later, actually.
Which, depending on how the tracker works, the best way would actually not be outputting a constant signal, but to actually work off of ping and return, so that it's dead until it receives a ping from us, and then it returns with a ping. If it's a constant output, there's a way for others to measure it, and it'll be much easier to discover. But that entirely, it's too late to change how the tracker works, depending on how it works. With... Second easiest would be to actually put it in their coat, especially if they are unconscious. But that comes into, we need to know how many coats they have. We don't know about which coat they plan to take the next time they go and do anything. We could put them through all of them.
2 extra coats. At least from what I've seen, whenever those individuals get their coats damaged, they always have a new one by the next day.
There's that. There's also the fact that if the coat isn't thick enough, it's very noticeable to find a... You've done it before. You don't know whether or not you've left something in your pocket, so you just slide your hand down a coat, you feel a hard object, and you know that you left something in there.
All I need to do is stick the hand in my pocket.
That. And also that they will probably, if we put any sort of hard object, doesn't matter how small it really is, especially if it's a circular disc, it will be felt at some point.
Right.
We could potentially ask them, members from the MOVE group, to see if they know anything about how to track individuals. Because I know they had to do it before. At least their scout was able to get into Masse twice, I think. Undetected.
Yeah, that'd be like a great idea. We should
Yeah.
actually do that too.
I'd love the opportunity to speak with Monarch again.
Inside today. I think they're just at their office, or Monarch might actually be in the break room. From what I remember.
If they're available, I'd love to chat with them. Figure out better ways to do this.
Could potentially take a look around. I might take the extra time to clean up the loose of them. Get
that
some new
works.
things for the fridge. Do you have any recommendations?
Well, you already noticed it earlier, but I'm running low on milk. You want to restock?
Got it. Okay. I know what to get. Actually, would you also be able to let Zachary know about our incoming plans?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once we got him like solidified, I'll let him know.
Cool. Alright, I'll see you later.
Bye-bye. I guess I'm going to be going and doing that probably for a little bit, but I suppose what's your plan for the rest of the day?
Well, a little bit of chatting, I guess. A little bit of getting people prepared for where they'll be on the missions. We'll also probably ask for your recommendation on who you'd want to be, like, if you want to pair or if you want to go and approach the target solo first. See what you can do, and then have Haywire either somewhere else puppeteering the tracker, or how exactly you want that to work out.
That also depends on if we have multiple trackers. We can do it side by side if we both have a tracker, because I can just try and slip it on them.
I imagine we'd have more than one, just for, like, in case one gets broken or lost or something. The placement of it gets messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. I'd say... solo attempt. Especially, I'll probably call it by ear. I really got to know what the environment we're planning to do this is. Like
That
the
will
overall.
definitely change. Yeah.
I'll probably have a final chat with you before we actually get started, like right before when I see how this is. Because if there's, if they've got like security, or there are multiple of them, it'll be way harder. The more visually intimidating they are, especially if it's not like a public area and it's not like people milling about. Like if it's a more private area, the more suspicious it is that a single man is walking up to them. So it'll really depend on that overall situation for how stealthy it's going to be. But I think overall, if it's going to be, if we're doing that, I think we already fucked up, because there's no way to approach them in that kind of private area with any form of stealth. I'd say, let me go with the solo attempt first. And then if it doesn't work, I can back off, leave it still non-suspicious. I'm just some weird guy that talked to them. I'm not, you know, I'm not a threat to Masse. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then if that happens, then we can engage all of, you know, the backup plans and potentially grabbing them with the portal.
Gotcha is like the final backup.
Yes. Which we're probably going to want to, if we know the area before they'll get to it, we're going to probably run Gotcha all around so they can potentially open a portal anywhere. Which, or if we can funnel them toward where Gotcha is, they can just open a portal in front of them. They cut toward the alley and then run right into it. Yeah, that works. Right. I'm going to go chat with Monarch to see if I can get any better detail.
Aye, co-captain.
Yep. See you later, Captain.
Hand comes out with a shit bag of chili. Oh, hell yeah.
Monarch! No need to look so startled. Just me. Hey.
Oh my god, you scared the shit out of me.
Sorry. Heard you were in one of the
I-
break rooms. Wanted to come chat with you, ask you a couple questions. But you look like you were about to leave.
I was honestly just looking for where people were coming, because there's...
Oh, yeah, there's no one around here. I think a couple went out to go grab food. The vast majority of them are outside. You want, we can go to them after. Yeah.
You know what? Actually, no, that explains a lot. I was hearing a lot of explosions out there earlier.
Yeah, I think a couple of them did a whole bunch of sparring.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yep. Whole lot of sparring across the soccer field. I think Whisper put up illusions so that we didn't have to worry about anyone getting too frantic about it. But anyway, I just want to grab a couple minutes of your time.
I mean, sure, I'm not really doing anything. I was just
Perfect.
head back to the move room, if anything.
I might have questions for Midas as well, but that comes later.
Yeah. Midas is in. He's. Just depends on what the questions are about.
That works. Yep. All I really wanted to ask was, now, nothing to do with you guys, but
I figured.
Potentially we're probably going to get into Masse.
Ooh.
So, yeah, you see, yeah, basically. You see the issue?
I mean, you guys haven't done Masse missions before, have you?
Nope, this is everyone's first. Now, they're starting off everyone decently easy. Nothing too crazy or chaotic. The only problem is that basically is the way I see this leading is that eventually it's going to lead toward going to the main building. We're working our way.
Yeah, you need like a dozen people with you, probably.
Oh, we're probably going to have it. We have the numbers. It's more we're lacking the information, and that's why I'm coming to you. Because you have some of the experience.
Yeah, at least the move group has gone to Masse a couple of times before. I think we were the only scouting group that was doing them before you guys, honestly. Because we haven't really had Masse as a big, like, priority issue until last year, I think.
Yeah, basically.
At least there weren't any groups specifically made for them. Then again, we were also just assigned it randomly, so I can't really explain that much.
Basically, the way things is that Masse is becoming a far larger problem for Vitali as a whole. So, again, no fault to Move Group, but because you guys don't want to do Masse missions anymore, they're going to other teams now.
Fuck.
So,
What are they doing?
I believe currently they took one of our own not too long ago.
They did?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. They're doing that again? Shit. Okay,
Which is why I wanted to come lean on some of your experience with it. Especially with how you got into Masse multiple times without being noticed.
well, wasn't really. It's complicated. Most of the reason that I honestly got in was because their security was just kind of faulty at the beginning. I just did traditional security camera hacking. There's ways to at least get into there from the outside. All I did was sit in the parking lot and kind of go on the computer, and after like an hour or two I managed to get into the footage of some of their cameras, but apparently they're under a lot higher lock now. At least I think they have people specifically under those cameras that are making sure that they're not being looked at.
Yeah, I think that their security has very much increased since that time.
It's like, the problem here is I don't know what I mean, I can tell you what I know about them, but I feel like a lot of it is updated since. Because when we at least infiltrated Masse, it was because of the old CEO, Dr. Stiegler. He was the guy who was essentially running all of that weird shit, and, you know, Mayo just pulled up to us and told us to get rid of him, because we were the most trusted group under him at the point.
Where did that actually happen? Was that... Did you get rid of him inside of the building?
Oh, no. It was... I have to, like, stand up for this. Fucking... So... God, where the fuck do I even begin with this? It was... around February of last year. At least that's when we did it. By that point, Masse knew that we were coming for them. Midas and I actually got captured by them. We managed to escape by the skin of our teeth. It was messy, but, you know, I was honestly really fucking high priority for them, now that I think about it in advance.
I'd imagine, yeah.
Yeah. When we got out, our main job at that point, after we gathered all the intel and shit, was to essentially get rid of the old CEO. Because at that point, we thought that maybe, you know, maybe he was the reason why all this shit was happening. So, we had... The Masse building is, you know, it's in the middle of Anbon, or like on one of the edges of Anbon. It's fucking somewhere. Surrounded by a bunch of people, a bunch of buildings. It's like right in the middle of everything. It's really fucking hard to get around without getting noticed. There's a big street. That's where it happened. The front street in front of the building. That's where we ended up, getting him. 'Cause we learned what his motive was for doing it. He, at least, he said it wasn't his direct idea.
That almost makes it sound like someone else gave him the idea.
Sorry, I just remembered something. Where the fuck was I? So...
Wasn't his direct idea.
We don't know if it was his direct idea or not, but... we now know that he's a Dave. Or was. His kind of goal was to be able to change the godly essence of a person in order to give them abilities, because obviously, you know, Daves can't really do that. Apparently the guy had, like, this disease that he was going to die from if he couldn't heal it, and, you know, there wasn't really a way to heal it with traditional medicine. So he wanted to find a way to properly change himself from a Dave to another godly essence in order to live forever. And
he wanted to be a Kime.
Yeah. At least the ability to bring back somebody from the dead is not an ability to be taken lightly. I've only ever used that ability on 1 or 2 people before.
Oh, you're pretty open about it. I thought you were gonna hide the fact you're a Kime.
It got around pretty fast after everything.
Makes sense.
At least with Midas around, I don't really know who knows and who doesn't. So. But...
I knew, but I wasn't gonna, you know, press you.
Yeah, it's probably better that way. At least I lived my entire life thinking I was a Blaz because of my aunt, but... things happen. I only actually learned, like, the week before, basically, that...
That's a hell of a learning curve.
It definitely is. I honestly didn't really use any of my abilities during that fight, but even then, I didn't even know that I was casting it until he was on the floor in front of me, so... not good. He ended up conjuring up a solution that he thought was good enough, injected it into himself, and I'm pretty sure you've seen the patients before.
He turned himself into what he had turned others.
Big Bird. Not friendly. The man was basically barely able to walk. His legs were like dangling as his upper body was like 9 times the size of it. He was walking around on his front hands, crawling, trying to get us. by that point, most of us were kind of trapped under rubble and shit, because he like throwing around a lot of things. Almost all of the experimental patients were let out at that point. I think a lot of them are still running amok today. It was messy. There was a big scuffle between my entire group and him. Most of the people that worked at Masse were just there. They couldn't really do anything about it because they weren't gonna fucking go in and fight them. They weren't gonna fight the doctor. They weren't gonna do anything. They just kind of watched in the sidelines. They tried getting people out of the way because the news was immediately on them. There were civilians fucking everywhere. It only lasted like 10 minutes, the fight. I don't remember.
Were you able to beat him in 10 minutes? Or did he...
Yeah.
Did he fuck up the solution and it didn't do what he thought it would?
A little bit of both. Because he was essentially expelling almost all of his life energy in one big go to fight us. And something I did might have fucked up the levels in his system. I don't know what it was, but he just exploded into light. And most of the fight itself was a blur. I remember immediately it got covered on the news. It got covered fucking everywhere. And it was honestly like one of the quietest days in the city itself, because everybody was just left in the rubble, kind of wondering what they were gonna do next. Most of the doctors from Masse were actually helping my teammates and other people out of the way, trying to make sure that nobody was getting hurt. I mean, it makes sense. They're a hospital, but
unfortunately,
I don't really know if they're all evil or not.
Unfortunately, it looks like experiments haven't actually stopped.
That's my concern.
Which probably is someone picking up the slack, someone who, as much as, you know, the vast majority of Masse probably didn't really have the ability to stop it, at least one or two of them probably supported it wholeheartedly. And all it took was that one of them was high enough to get themselves just a little bit higher, or the person directly below the actual CEO also supported it, and nothing really changed. Except for the fact that they can't be doing nearly the same goal because of the fact there aren't many chimes around anymore.
I honestly don't know why they're... I mean, I've heard stories about it. At least the only reason I'm under the impression that there aren't many around is because, well, Masse wiped out most of them for those experiments. At least that's what happened to my birth father.
Well...
It's fine. I'm over it already, but...
No rush. Something happened.
Yeah.
I'd say for... So, yes, the vast majority of chimes are gone. There aren't that many around, overall.
Mm-hmm.
It's something like a fraction of the ones that used to be around before. Pretty sure the vast majority of them went into previous testing and that solution. That didn't work.
Yeah. At least most of Masse's kidnaps are purely for their G's. Usually.
Seems so.
What was the godly essence of the person that got taken?
They were Orion.
That's it? Not like the bad thing, but...
Ryan Zoltia.
Ryan Zoltia?
Name was
Fuck,
Bloodhound.
You know what they're probably doing?
Oh no, lay it on me.
Because I know it's because we have one of our members, Vulture, one of our hunters. He's a half Zoltia as well. At least I think it's one of their abilities that they can't get, or one of their strengths that they can't get bloodborne diseases. At least they can't like mix their blood with any other GE without it turning them into a monster. Do you think they're trying to bypass it? At least I know the head of rehabilitation there is a Zoltia, so they might, like, it's physically impossible for Zoltias to turn into those, because if you mix their blood with something else, nothing's gonna happen.
They may be trying to do what the last CEO did, but add an extra step of turning them first from whatever they are into a Zoltia, and then attempting to use whatever Chyme essence they have left. Because it sounds like potentially that solution might have worked. The problem was that the subject was wrong.
I don't know why they went for a half Zoltia. If anything, I figured his goal would be to find out how you can change a Zoltia. Because you can't. At least no other tests I've ever seen did anything. There's no records of Zoltias ever changing their GE outside of Blessings. At least that's what happened to Eerie.
Or another thing is they could be just trying to turn themselves into a Zoltia so they can get access to the mastery and then use all of the essence they have available to give themselves everything.
If that's the case, then why haven't there been any tests on the Zoltia in Masse at the current moment?
What do you know about him?
I've spoken to him once or twice. Most of what I know is that he's reluctant to do much of anything relating to what Ziegler wanted. I know he does have his mastery, though. Pure Zoltia. I couldn't really tell if he was a pure Zoltia. I think he had something else in there. His personality was too different for him to just be a Zoltia holder.
Is it possible that he is potentially one of the experiments?
I don't know. Again, you can't change the blood of a Zoltia holder. I know he's the guy that looks after everyone. At least, he tries to nurse them back to health. But I don't know much else other than that. Besides the fact that he is, like, magnetically connected to another member there. They apparently work well together.
Probably the
I
Saga.
think their abilities are complementary.
What do you know about the other one? The magnetic
Saga?
one.
Saga... Arrow? Something like that. At least I know Midas made a really big deal about it when he saw them for the first time.
So they're an arrow too. Interesting.
The entire area is under very high lockdown, though. The fact that we managed to get out alive was purely because we managed to run away. It was... I think at the time another breach happened on the inside of the building, which gave us enough leeway. Because they can't really work too well under multiple distractions, but they tend to adapt really quickly to everything. I know the Dave, at least that's what everybody's been calling it, the Dave Hunter. I remember seeing something similar to that when I went in, but I don't know how it got out. At least that's what I'm assuming it is. A patient of theirs. Usually you can tell by the eyes.
That's what I'm assuming as well. I've never personally seen it. For that, you could probably go talk to Captivator. think he fought it.
And lived? Oh, never mind. But usually a lot of the patients tend to vary from what I've seen. A lot of them looked basically human and the others looked like unrecognizable blobs of meat. The only thing that stayed consistent with them was that their pupils were in black. Kinda like the gods. I think it's like a indicator of how human we are or something. I don't know. I just fucking work here.
Oh,
At
you
least
got a lot of
every
experience. I'm learning a lot listening. This will definitely
I'm
help.
glad. At least I've seen enough of them. Not a
This will
single one
definitely
of them
help
had
when I
black
take
pupils.
everything.
None of them. I think it ranged from like white to red to blue. Any color you can realistically think of, honestly. They just kind of had it in them. Because, I mean, most of them are more blood, like magic, than not at that point.
Red or blue pupils?
Well, I mean, white, red, green, blue, yellow, cyan, teal, pink. As long as it wasn't black. Maybe a dark brown if you're lucky.
Oh, well, I've only ever heard them, blank and then gods being white. I admit the colors going into the pupils themselves, that one's a little new to me.
Yeah. I've seen people with white pupils before. At least not being gods themselves. Although the gods are a whole different thing.
Hmm.
I guess it would be easy for them to blend into Mass at that point.
I actually have some questions. The similar vein, but slightly different topic.
Sure.
Why did you guys stop going after Mass?
It was mostly because of Midas. He didn't want to risk us dying. We barely survived the last one, and that was only against, that was only one fight. We've gotten kidnapped multiple times. We, again, could have died, every other mission if we really counted it together.
Just done with everything.
Yeah. At least every time it gets brought up, he doesn't really like, admitting to the fact that we even went on them. He cares about us too much. I know that seems hard to believe with how he acts sometimes, but...
No, he's always struck me as a big softy.
Yeah, it's... At least that whole thing is usually a front he puts up. Not really, but whenever he's needing to be serious about something, he kind of turns into an asshole. You know.
I know. I'm familiar with Midas. Other question, similar, actually no, completely different vein. And, this is personal. You don't have to answer this. At least it's just a curiosity. Where are your wings?
I have them. They're just under the jacket. I didn't even honestly have them until I realized that I had the ability. It was a whole thing. At least I remember the first time they ever sprouted, it was like the bones just came out of my back during that fight. I didn't even feel it at the time, because at least I have a Mayo blessing on top of it, so I was kind of running on adrenaline anyways, but after that I basically collapsed. there was, like, gold just running down my back. It was, like, really warm. I didn't even know what was going on until I woke up after passing out.
My second question was gonna be, can you fly?
Yeah.
Huh.
Took a bit of practice, but I managed to. After taking some lessons from a couple people, I managed.
Hmm. And then I guess.
At least the other people in Kime's realm are kind of open to helping others who newly discover it. Did I say something?
No, I was just thinking about it. Do you often go to the Kime realm?
Well, it's my dream realm.
Yeah, there's your personal dream realm and then outside of it.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet. Most of the time, I'm just going from one place to another anyways. There's, like, barely anything that goes on there, minus maybe seeing a god once or twice on the way to and from their realm to wherever the fuck they go for meetings. At least I haven't figured it out yet. I think it's another part of it, but...
The Judgment Hall.
Yeah, that whole thing is kind of kept under lock from what I know. At least I've never seen it before. Kinda not really urged to go there anyways.
Right,
The less time you
imagine
spend
not.
in Kime's realm, the better. It's like you're stepping in a doctor's office.
Ooh,
It's too sanitized. I don't...
yeah, no,
Scared.
I'd prefer to keep my distance. Plus, I kind of doubt I'd ever get to go there anyway.
I hope not. I mean, maybe, like, if somebody portals there by accident, maybe, but I would not. I would not.
I'd rather not. I'm in agreement with you there.
Yeah.
Suppose when it comes to, sorry, more back on topic with Masse.
Fine.
When it comes to basically this entire operation and where this is leading is I kind of see that this is going to be leading into a very similar vein to what Mayo had asked of you and you all. Suppose,
You're
what
probably
tips
gonna
would you
have to
got?
Get rid of their CEO.
Oh,
Or at
definitely.
least whoever's in charge of whatever's going on now.
And then we can delay it for another bit until another one picks up the mantle, and the groups after us can go there, and we can continue the cycle. Unless it can actually fully be stopped, which, hip hip hooray.
That would be preferable. I mean, if I'd have to say anything, don't take anybody for granted. Don't take anything for granted on those missions. Because when you're dealing with them, the likelihood of loss or worse is very high. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst, all of that.
Oh, definitely, especially because this might be some of the worst fights of any of their lives.
That and, at least when it comes to being recognized by them, if you guys do get their bad eye on you, you're going to become a really high priority target, no matter what mission it is. At least I've heard stories of Masse members following people for years, waiting for the perfect opportunity. At least that's what happened with... I don't think he told you that, never mind. But at the end of the day, it was bad for us, but most of the stress honestly came from the fact that we were basically a family at that point. At least, I think Midas is honestly planning on leaving and getting married, so...
Oh,
probably
congratulations to
not too
him.
long. Yeah, I mean, we fucking saw it coming from a mile away. At least that was one of the main reasons he didn't want to do mass missions. He just didn't want to see any of us getting hurt anymore.
Well, I suppose that comes into a question for you then. They're still planning on creating these teams and going out. It wouldn't be too hard to get you onto some of the companies.
I mean, I'd be willing to. I don't really see a reason why not to. If anything, I could just offer extra support in scouting them out. I mean, I've managed to find multiple of them multiple times. It's the reason
I'd
I'm
definitely
writing
love
to,
to, anytime we do learn anything from Masse, I'd love to pick your brain.
Yeah, that'd be alright. I could probably show you when I did.
Wish you weren't filtered. Then
I don't
could
think the
really
keycards I
pick your
have are
brain.
active anymore. The one that I used to have got me up to, like, the top floor, but that didn't really work after, like, a week. I could potentially hand it over as, like, a fake out if it's... I don't even know if they changed their branding, but if they did, you know? Maybe if they're stupid enough, they might let you through.
That's possible.
I know the layout of the area from where Midas and I got captured to how we got out of it. But I'd have to write it down on a map, which will take like 20 minutes maybe.
I will leave you to that.
Hey, Sisyphus.
Oh.
No, you're good. I won't interrupt.
Did you want to talk to me?
Alright.
I'll find out after.
I think they're gone. That usually happens. Wait. Yeah, no, they're gone. But, honestly, I know they've been trying to do mass missions ever since we quit them. At least every single group on the top floor denied it. But that's for many different reasons. I know Scallywag immediately said no because their captain and one of their members is a mass experiment that escaped a while ago. Something, I never want to go back there again. Granted, obvious. Fairy Tail kind of denied it because they are also really busy with Dream Realm stuff right now. I think one of them is recovering from a corruption incident.
Ooh, wish them luck.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff can be dreadful.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I'm well aware. I don't know about that one. I know Full House just can't fit in their schedule because they do evenings instead of... They're essentially going on missions when we're all sleeping. There's Glimmer, which is basically the same thing, but they're way too busy with Waterside right now. But their captain was very adamant on Mass not being in their skill set. Whatever the fuck that meant. There's what other I mean, there's obviously the ones that you guys are in. I don't know the reasons as to why you guys denied it, but that's not my cup of tea. Not cup of tea. That's not my circus. Not my monkeys. That's a saying? Yeah.
No, that's a saying. You got it right.
That's one of them. I'm learning.
Oh, good job.
I'll start using that. I know outside of that, most of the reason people deny it is just because it's really hard. At least every inexperienced group that's done mass missions just dead. or most of their members got taken in and kind of probably eaten.
Yep.
I don't really know what they do over there, honestly. At least from what I've heard from the captain of Scallywag, apparently.
Well, they're either
they
eaten, they're
feed
turned into essence,
them-
or
Yeah.
they become what we fight next.
I mean, I fucking hope not. That would be really, really, really bad. From what I've heard by the captain of Scallywag, he apparently said that most of the people that get, like, taken in, he just gets fed. Or used to get fed. He doesn't really... I think he's a vegan now. Fitting.
Yeah. I was gonna say, kind of tracks there.
Yeah. I think he was a Ekmir that got given Stroman blood. At least everybody on that group has a Stroman in them somewhere. I don't really talk to him that much, he's kind of standoffish, so... But... Usually every member that we've had go into Masse, at least that we rescued, usually ends up, like... Honestly, they don't really live longer than, like, a year after that. Usually it's just health complications or other things coming into account. Because, I mean, when your blood is messed up, you need, like, constant medical supervision, or else it'll...
Yeah, you are a ball on top of a hill. You let it lean on either side too much, it just immediately goes down. Well, most people are ball at the bottom of a hill.
Yeah, most of the deaths that we've had because of Masse were honestly enough encouragement for nobody to really want to be able to do it anymore. I know at least every captain has at least one story regarding it, but the boss has been, at least before he got taken to that, like, business trip that he said he'd be going on, he's been very adamant on at least squashing the bug immediately.
Yeah. I'd say
the not like them at all.
I'd say the current acting boss is a very similar mentality.
Their current CEO is, I think, Henry Sting.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you, what do you know about that one?
All I know is his GE, at least from what I've seen in the, like, records and stuff. I think he's primarily a saga with Reeve on the side. I haven't seen, at least, I've never been face to face with the man directly, but all of the people that came back always have something bad to say about him. They kind of act like he just has his hands everywhere. I don't want to delve into that because I don't really want to make anybody there uncomfortable. So that was the most I really intruded.
He's also the one primarily that we think is, continuing up the experiments.
I guess that makes sense. I think he was under Dr. Ziegler when he was alive.
As I said, someone
So I guess maybe
directly
the torch
under
might
him.
have passed.
Someone directly under him was there for everything he did and has a perfect memory and motivation.
Would he have a perfect memory? Because he also has Reeve in there. I don't know if that mixes well.
I have no idea. I've never actually seen a Saga Reeve mix. I wouldn't really know how that interacts. My initial thought...
Maybe, like, memory...
I imagine it's perfect memories for a time.
Maybe. That or they forget things a lot, but when they remember something, it would be, like, every detail about it.
I could see that being another.
I don't know. I mean, all G's kind of mixed differently together. But
Which,
I
if they
don't-
do suffer from, Reeve memory, they probably have a lot of written notes, especially if they're being acting CEO and they're controlling an organization as large and encompassing as Masse.
Mhm.
They probably have to write a lot of stuff down if they can't make use of, being a full saga.
He'd either have notes or he'd have people doing it for him. Which, I mean, I guess there's an entire department for that. Information. Those are the guys that
True.
at least keep records and organize everything. And
Oh,
just
but there
kinda
has
act
to
as, like-
absolutely be a plan that isn't shared with the rest of Masse.
Oh, without a fucking doubt, yeah. At least, when we went there, nobody seemed like they were aware of what was going on until we told them about it. I think the only people that really knew about anything were the heads of each department. But even then, those guys are still... I don't even think all of them supported it. At least, I personally know one of them. The head
actually.
of medical research.
Oh, keep going.
That's a whole other story, though. I mean, you can finish your question first if you...
What I was going to ask is just idle thought, because you mentioned it. You said you actually saw the previous CEO inject themselves. What did it look like when they have an actual essence?
Like in the vial?
Yeah.
It was like that big. It wasn't a lot of blood, which was weird, but it was like... It didn't look like blood. It looked like just... If you took... Like, let's say you were to take my blood, right? It would be gold. Fucking horrible example, actually. Okay. Amrita holder. They have red blood with green sparkles in it. You take, like, that, you do something to it, and then all of the blood is down here, and then all of the green sparkles is up here. It's like he took all of the green sparkles and just put it in something.
And just compressed and compressed and compressed and...
I guess so. It's kind of like those,
Which it sounds like it had the
It's like
combined
those
essence of at least
concentrated.
5 Chimes.
Probably, knowing him. I mean, it does take a lot of people to make one experiment from what I've seen. So that's probably what it is. Either way, it's a lot of trial and error. I mean, clearly, they haven't been working ever. But even him, he didn't work out fully. Because I imagine... I guess the power of 5 Chimes would overpower 1 Dave, which is why...
There's
it
also the
worked.
fact that I doubt becoming a gigantic misshapen bird was his goal.
No. But I mean, I guess he did change his GE in one way or another.
True.
Not well, but he did it.
Yeah, and then, his dream of living forever, he lasted 10 minutes.
10 minutes. I mean, now he's in the dream realm somewhere, probably. Don't fucking want to know where he went, but...
That's a good question, actually.
I mean, maybe his soul didn't get to. He might be alive. He might be out there still. I'm not touching that thing with a 10-foot pole, though.
Well, that's either
not my
one.
fucking
Yeah,
job.
either one. He actually successfully changed it, and he's actually... Let's say he didn't, get obliterated at Judgment.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the Chime realm. And he actually successfully changed it. Or it didn't actually change much of anything, and he's with the billions and billions in Dave's.
I mean, considering what Dave's realm is, maybe. But, because, I mean, at least everybody in Dave's realm just kind of has their abilities go away. He might just be a normal guy. But I think the only abilities that work there are, like, Theron teleporting, portals. Yeah, things that, like, can get you fucking out of there. Because I imagine if you accidentally go there and you get everything stripped from you, you'd just be stuck in there forever. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, he hasn't, like, left. I don't know what he would do if he got, like, back. Hopefully nowhere near here. I don't want to deal with him again.
I'd say the idea of him coming back in any capacity is pretty far-fetched.
Let's hope it stays that way. At least I remember last I saw of him, he was literally a ball of light, just kind of exploding and screeching, and it sounded really fucking nasty. So...
Who knows, maybe his soul didn't even make it.
Body could come back. Hopefully. I don't know about any magic that could directly harm a soul, though. Like, maybe Reeve magic with a stretch, but none of us have a Reeve G. The thing I'm concerned with is why it's happening so much later.
I think what's probably what's happening is that they have a different goal. Their goal isn't Chimes live forever.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they're now making use of all the research they have and trying to figure out a new direction, and now they've finally decided on what they want, and they've been moving toward it for a while. We're just finally starting to see it. I think they've probably been active at least 2 months before we ever noticed anything.
Yeah. At least it did take Masse quite a while to build back up to where they are today. Maybe most of that time was just them recuperating and gathering their things. At least I know a lot of files went missing, so they probably just took the time to remember it and get it back.
Files went missing?
Yeah, we took them.
Ah.
At least they should be somewhere in the boss's office, or with Zachary. Or Tony. I don't remember where they got put, but we couldn't really hold on to them anymore because of confidentiality things regarding other people. So... you know, they're somewhere else now.
Probably for the better.
Yeah.
Need to figure out what those are.
Yeah. At least I don't want to know everybody's business. That and, you know, you don't want any random member getting the blueprints to the building again, because, you know, I could just have a repeat of what I did by accident.
Are you
They
talking
had
about
it locked up for a reason.
Probably. Since it sounds like they learned from your guys' previous excursions.
Mm-hmm.
You especially.
Whoops.
Which you made our job harder, but hey, that's how it goes.
Okay, listen, in my defense... I don't really have anything, actually.
Not actually blaming you. You couldn't have possibly foreseen that we'd still be dealing with this months and months and months later.
No, not at all. I'm willing to do whatever I can to help you guys now, but... I still gotta be careful to make sure that Midas doesn't find out about it. I can't imagine he'd be happy with hearing that I'm doing it again.
That's fair. We can at least start with the fact I can pick your brain about certain things. At least try and make this go far more smoothly than if I was just kind of building this without any sort of knowledge. I'm trying to, you know, make sure they all make it out.
That would be ideal. I can't imagine what would happen if any more members got lost. Especially after what happened with us. Because obviously, if a member gets lost, their captain technically takes the blame for it. And if... it's complicated.
There's also the fact this is turning into this kind of needs to be done. And all of the other teams said no. So I'm pretty sure even if we start losing members, we still have to keep doing it.
Yeah. It's now or never, I guess.
If we say no, there's no one left. So at least more information can get this to go a little bit more smoothly. Also, at the current moment, not fully building up to we're gonna, go storm it and end everything tonight. Not happening. Right now, just gathering more information. Especially trying to see if we can find things. Probably going to hit satellite locations first before we can consider the main building.
At least, I think our first mission was to put trackers on them, which...
No, that's where we're starting.
Pretty far. It's pretty easy. Just... At least we got off easy. I managed, to get mine to swallow his. We did it at a fair. So it was already high commotion already. I just managed to slip it in the guy's drink, and when he wasn't looking, he swallowed it.
I could see that working for 8 hours.
Exactly. That was my foresight issue. We got to where his house was, at least.
Eventually, I returns home.
Pretty far. Yeah, it got us somewhere.
Where'd you go from there after you got us home?
Well, usually a person's most important, most valuable thing is their computer, because once you put something on there, it's never going away. We kind of got there. We had members remotely attached to the computers. I managed to hack into it and look into the emails that he's had, the conversations that he's done. We found out what rank he was and where he was able to access. We found out the passwords that were going in rotation at that current moment because they emailed them to them. At least for the lower levels. For the higher levels, I've gathered that they are told in person. And they are held in the minds of certain people that are able to remember them. At least those who are able to... allowed to hold the information. It's pretty hard to do that. I managed to, with that info, get into the first layer of security cameras, as I've said earlier. So I managed to scout out the area alone, which was my first mistake. I ended up actually sitting in the back car of someone, which actually was one of the highest ranking security members by accident. He didn't know I was there, so he just kind of drove to his own house. Horrible fucking mistake. I had to sit there for 20 minutes trying not to pass out when he was eating food the entire time. One of the scariest moments of my life. He was like some hulked up, like, Orion guy. He didn't look all human, though. His mouth opened like 5 times the normal range that a person's mouth could.
Yeah, no, that's pretty intimidating.
Works there anymore. It was bad. I ended up just... I chose to fucking deal with none of that. I got the info. I got the fuck out of there. I stole one of his key cards. Gave that back to, Midas. And they scolded me for a bit, obviously. Didn't end well. So I decided to show them, like, hey guys, I'm capable of doing things. Granted, I was a rank 1 at that point. Should have seen in hindsight that I should have listened to them. I went there alone, and the rest is kind of history. It's a little...
Huh.
Essentially, the more prepared you are, the better. At least that's what I've gathered. Just... make sure it's people you trust, but not people you love, if that makes sense. Because you are probably going to watch them go through horrible things.
Well, let's not get too morbid. We gotta at least go with this with some idea that we're gonna succeed.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through this with the idea we're gonna fail. Why are we doing it?
Yeah, I've just been listening to Midas's ramblings for a bit too long. Granted, everything I did was successful, but don't think he wants to hear that.
Nope, you showed it's possible.
It's very possible. It's just cleaning up, your way to it that's the hard part. At least from what I've gathered, it's pretty easy to get in there. The only issue is that when they find out that you're looking for them, they are cutthroat about it.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem, in that we need to do this perfectly on the first try. Because
Yeah.
if it even reports even slightly back that we're looking into this, especially with, what they might think about what happened last time, there is a good chance that what is going to happen, especially if they watched it all happen from a front row seat, is that we're not going to be able to pull off the same tricks as before.
But then again, with every advanced security system, if they upgrade something, there's always going to be a new weakness that there's the ability to discover. At least with every lock, there's a new way to open it that you haven't thought of before. With every puzzle, there's probably a new solution. Then again, you can always put a rectangle in the square hole and it'll still count. So...
Overall, we just need more information. Then more, creative ideas will come to us.
Gotta start hoarding it like a dragon with coins. At least, I know a lot of people around here know about Masse, but the amount that they know, I'm not aware.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say hoarding it. Information's meant to be shared.
Yeah, keeping it from them. I mean, from Masse.
Yeah.
Because that would be bad. They knew that we were looking for them, then, oh my god, they'd fucking...
It'd be all over, and we'd probably... Yeah, we'd start losing members.
Yeah.
It'd be a whole bad thing. But, anyway, thank you.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Perfectly informative.
Yep.
I'm going to head back outside and continue on. If you wanted to come with, there's a bunch of people outside. Probably.
I mean,
maybe.
Sure, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Thanks for that.
No problem.
I might go and try and find Sisyphus. I think they wanted to talk to me, or they might have just been reacting to the fact that we were speaking.
Maybe they could be where you left them? You did say there were a lot of people outside anyway.
True. Are you good?
Yeah. What?
No, you just
Sorry.
sounded a little stressed.
Haven't thought about mass missions in a while.
I mean, it's to be expected. You're done and over with them.
Yeah. Guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, looks like no one's really come back in.
Oh my god, Sasha's running up to us. We do not have any food for you. I'm sorry.
She's running, that's good. She needs the exercise.
She's running back to the kitchen, I think, if it makes sense.
Unfortunately, they don't run enough to counteract everything they eat.
Yeah. I mean, I understand if they have, like, the stomach of an Emrita or something, but... At least the guy that made my mask, apparently, Tinker, that guy, I've seen him eat, like, an entire turkey in 2 minutes. I don't know what the fuck they feed those guys. Well, literally. Obviously, we know what they feed them, but...
Yeah, but it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Looks like a good portion of them are still out here.
This is the first time I've seen them outside before.
Oh yeah, they're
I don't know
typically...
whether to be depressed or concerned.
I think the vast majority of them were fighting.
Out here? Well, I guess it makes sense. The field is freshly painted.
I guess. I only heard about it after. I wasn't actually present for the good majority of it.
Is that a new house? They look like Ace.
Technically new. They were here months and months ago.
Oh my god, they have like his exact mask. That's actually really funny. I don't think he'd like that. I'm not gonna tell him about that.
Maybe these should.
Hey, how's it going?
You can keep those on if you want. I hope I'm not like. Hey, Cappy.
Hey, what's up? Hey, John.
Hey.
Hey, John. Hi, I'm Monarch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many of you have met Monarch?
A couple.
Met them already.
Perfect.
Come out here a lot. Apologies.
Also, were you looking for me, Sisyphus?
You were the first friend I ever made in general.
I'm the reason you work.
Sisyphus?
You are. I'm happy that you are, to be honest.
Were you looking for me?
I was earlier to ruin Captivator's bit that he was doing, but it ruined by the time I came back out here.
Premium Bob.
Right. Why do you need me to ruin a bit?
Because you could confirm that he was lying. He was doing a very solid, like, kept up impression of Mr. Monopoly for like 45 minutes.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't do a Mr. Monopoly impression.
What the fuck? Yes, you can.
What?
Things are happening.
Quite frankly,
I'm
accusations are rather
Yeah.
in nature, and I'm gonna throw money at you for insinuating.
Oh, and he's doing it again.
Like Monopoly. Here you go. Have some cash.
It's
Is it Monopoly money?
I don't.
No.
I don't need more money, Captivator.
From Monopoly.
That's a pretty solid impression. How long have you been working on
Yeah,
it?
he was doing that for 45 minutes.
Stop.
Why are you intimidated by my vocalizations? Does my choice in vernacular really?
Okay, now you're doing it on purpose. Fuck you.
This is the man who's paying Luminelli $250,000 a month.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, he just gave you half a mil like it was fucking nothing.
I don't need more money, Captivator.
Don't.
You're threatening.
Are you going to keep being Monopoly?
No.
There can only be one.
Let's go ahead.
That might spend.
Let's go ahead and put that away.
Hitting my partner with a bat, please.
You're dating?
That was really direct.
Bat's gone.
Congratulations, I guess.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I'd come give you a high five, but I don't want to get up right now.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Oh, there's Fartbuckle.
Crisscross. Sexual style.
Fartbuckle!
Well, goodbye, Fartbuckle.
Yeah, I don't know what that dumbass is doing.
Running around with a drink.
Probably being tormented
Makes
by
sense.
something. I haven't figured it out.
His legs like this.
Hmm.
No, I called him a dumbass.
Should I?
No, he'll be fine. No, he'll be fine.
I can collect him. Hang on.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I got it. You can lay down. I'll see what the fuck he's doing.
I'm standing.
Huh.
Happens.
So you've just been subjected to that for 45 minutes?
Yeah.
For what?
Earlier, yeah.
Yeah, he instantly stopped it once Sisyphus walked away. And acted like he wasn't
Yeah.
doing it for a little bit.
And Songbird told Sisyphus, and that ruined the bit.
You will, like, truly despise my, like, joy.
Songbird knows me.
My whimsy.
That is the second time I've heard that today, and it's from two different
like my jokes.
I think the arrow phrases are rubbing off on people.
Probably. Yeah.
I feel like some have been around Midas too long.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh my goodness.
It's an Atlas thing.
Nothing happened.
I don't.
It is now.
I don't know how to describe what just happened.
Extreme flexibility.
Yes. But like all over the place. Like they went all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
I would hope that.
Oh, I certainly would. Please do tell me. Is that you're all yours, Strange? Please do tell.
If hyperflexibility was my thing, I would be probably get off much more. No, it's not.
Oh, I see. Unfortunate. My bad. My fault.
Happens to us all.
How's your day been?
I'd say it's been alright. Mostly just dealt with reports until I heard loud noises coming from out here. Eventually finished them up, come out, but all the spars were over.
Yeah.
Spar's been over for a while.
After that, it's been planning how the next few missions are going to go. Mostly been working on...
If you don't mind.
Oh, sure. Mostly just been talking with Songbird and Whisper about how to do things for Company B. And then talking with some of the Move group to see if I can get a more experienced opinion on the overall goal.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Since they were available. It was nice of them to make time for me.
Did you actually hear why they don't do mass missions?
That if you really want to know that, you can go ask Midas.
Okay.
He fucked off without a farewell. He fucking...
Irish goodbye.
Fuck you too.
He might also just not be going forever. You're being very mean.
Hmm?
He might just be going inside.
Me?
Yeah, that's kind of.
It as literal.
Some people may find it a little.
Why are you looking at me?
I was more looking at Haywire, just gonna be also other person I've been telling was being mean today.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do anything.
You got up, how dare you?
Yeah, because I was gonna fetch the dumbass, but then Monarch took care of it, so I'm standing.
Fetch the dumbass.
What dumbass?
See, that's also technically a mean statement.
That one, okay.
He deserves it.
See, now that's just mean.
Could be loving.
He's way meaner to me.
I haven't seen him be mean to you.
Good.
What do you mean good?
What?
That sounds abusive now.
No, it's not. No, he's just a dickhead.
Not to me.
That's good.
I was going to say, the only thing is that Sisyphus was technically correct in pointing out the only flaw in that. You said dumbass, and their response was, which one?
That's a fair point. Yeah, which ones were you thinking of there?
We just have a lot of fucking idiots here.
Sisyphus!
What?
I'm not wrong.
I was about to say, you did not say goodbye. What the fuck? And then you came back.
Be nice.
I am. I say it lovingly.
I'm not entirely sure you can call people dumbasses lovingly. Like, oh yeah, they're
no, you
so
absolutely
stupid.
No, you can't.
You do not take
We do it to
fuck you as an
Songbird.
insult, do you?
I don't call her
do.
stupid.
I do not.
What do we do?
You don't, but
Try
they're
to
supposed
say
to.
that I was not being mean to you.
Well, maybe there's a
Sometimes
reason
people are
I'm the
mean to each
co-captain.
other, but like as a joke.
People have very loose.
You know I take her to therapy, right?
I will not make the obvious joke.
I
but
trust that
believe
if
me, I know the
anything
joke
got
I
to
was
her
going
bad
to
enough,
make.
she would tell us.
Yeah, like if she was actually genuinely upset, I feel like she would say something.
Sorry, your face is really funny.
Yeah, people tend to say that sometimes.
Hello, Buckle.
Hello.
Hey.
That's my name. Apparently.
That is
I thought your name was
Better than the
Buckle.
full name.
It is that. That's my legal name.
No,
That's
isn't
my full
Fart
government
Buckle.
name.
It's
No, it
your
is
legal
not.
name.
That's my
No, it
legal
is
full
not.
government name.
No, they're
It's
lying
not
to
your
you.
legal name. He is
Hold on.
lying to you.
Are you lying?
Yes.
I think he's lying.
There you go.
That
What?
brain cell's really going to work, ain't it?
Would have never guessed, honestly.
What brain cell?
Very good.
I could have just told you they were lying. Yes, they were lying when they said it.
No.
You don't? Why not? Something the matter?
Can never win when it comes to him, I've learned.
There's a drink on your head.
Get the cup off his head.
Why would I do that?
You got it. There you go. There you go. Good job.
Very good, very good.
And listen, I found it's not always about winning. I mean, personally, I win all the time regardless, because I'm me, but that's besides the point. Winning isn't important.
I think you were having a whole speech earlier that kind of implied winning was very important.
No. That was Monopoly talking.
No, you were talking as Captivator about, you know, it's so easy to make, like, multi-millions of dollars.
I mean, of course it is.
Strength. That's definitely one of the things I've heard today.
Captivator, you casually offered to take me and Sisyphus to a private island you own for a vacation.
Why would I not? It's a good vacation.
Trust me, you get used to it. Just get overexposed and then you'll adapt. That's what I did.
Why do you work
Not gonna
here?
happen.
That's what we asked!
Earlier.
Well, it's a pretty simple reason, to be honest. My entire life, I essentially had nothing in relation to relations, friends, family, even a place to sleep, and I was continuously borderline tortured and starving. And this was the only place
You know,
where
I
it was
really
something.
wish Luminel read that check earlier, so I had
Nobody
more time
outside
to
of his place
process
that
freak
accepted
out.
you?
Well, she handed it to me first without looking at it, so that's kind of her
Nobody?
issue.
I know, I'm saying I wish she did.
It was the one.
Yeah.
Where are they now? Okay.
My apologies.
bad.
Stress. They're fine.
Apologies.
Mostly, at
Breathe
least.
in, out.
I'm breathing. I'm fine. But no, they're okay. They were in contact still. They just weren't somebody who I could never really access. They were only in my hometown for a small amount of time.
Uh-huh.
After that, I didn't get to see them for 5 years. No way of contacting them either, so no. Before I was here, I essentially had no one and nothing. I find comfort in this place.
Okay.
I apologize if that was a bit deep.
Yeah, a bit. That was
I'm sorry.
was a little bit, it's a lot.
You did ask.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
a lot to just kinda
I am a lot
drop out of
happier
nowhere.
these days.
I figured.
This is great. I'm gonna go in and get a coffee.
I was about to say this will continue on for the next 20 minutes.
I think it might be great to go home, honestly.
I was thinking that. I wasn't sure if you want to go home.
Back in a little bit.
Okay, but
Make sure you don't blow up.
Probably not. Do you want anything, Monarch?
I need very much maybe to show you a cat cafe I found the other
Or you could just come with me if you want to make some.
You know, I think I'm good. I need to go back to the movie group anyways.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'll just hit your ride. Cool. You wanna? Yeah. Yeah.
Was not expecting that. Okay.
There's a couple things that just generally aren't really touched on. I couldn't expect you to know. You don't spend a lot of time around all of these groups.
I mean, so I could have sworn I've heard him talking about that before.
No one can expect you to have a perfect memory.
Yeah.
Plus, there's also the fact that, you know, when it comes to Cappy, a lot of subjects that normally wouldn't really be sore subjects are.
You know, I've gathered that when everybody did that like neck thing, when I immediately asked him a question, I knew it was probably good done.
Perfectly normal question. Unfortunately, a lot of bad things tied to it.
Yeah.
So, you know, it
it's
just
like a
doesn't.
minefield, kinda.
Yeah, basically.
I'll learn just not to ask him anything outside of, hey man, how are you? No, even then, that would be too much. Oh.
You know what?
Yeah, you can learn. There's ways to navigate socially.
Yeah.
There are certain things that's good to talk on, certain things that it's not so great to talk on.
I'm probably gonna go back to the move room. If that's alright. I don't know if you have any
Fair enough.
questions.
I was just, be completely honest with you, I was just giving you an out. I didn't actually need you to come, like, make coffee with me. I just wanted coffee, figured I'd give you an extension of a hand.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh,
Think nothing of it.
Okay, I think Titus is still in there. At least he said that he was gonna be doing something. I don't know what it was. I could let him know that you wanted to talk with him.
Yeah. I mean, I'm currently, I don't really think I have a lot of further questions.
Alright.
You answered the vast majority of my questions about Mass. I mean, maybe
Yeah,
Midas can provide another perspective, but I think he would just end up repeating a lot of what you already told me.
Yeah.
Plus, I kind of doubt Midas wants to really talk about it.
Not really.
About what I
I mean,
expected.
maybe you can get it to slip out of him by accident. Maybe then, but he doesn't really do a lot of that anymore. I'll go check if he's alive. If I don't if you have any more questions, like just ask me like over the week or something. I don't really. I should be available at.
I'll catch you around. I'm generally in this building a lot.
Yeah. I'll see you at some point.
Yep. See you around. Thanks, Monarch.
Bye.
You gonna move? Guess not. Who left boiling water here? Oh, are you doing it again? Oh. This shit's all fucked. Do you see this? What the? Get out of there. Flying, probably.
On the pillars?
You potentially might be setting up a hammock.
Is that gonna be structurally sound?
Who knows?
Oh no, he's still going.
Yeah, I think he's setting up a hammock. Watched them do it between two trees earlier. Are you just here to watch? Noticed that you were watching me originally from the pillars over there. Behind one of the couches.
I'm gonna get closer, but those things are following.
Do you mean the cats?
Yeah, I don't like them. The really fat one tried to eat me once.
They can't see you unless you let them.
It's like it could smell me from a mile away.
Right. Well.
Oh. It's a fucking cat that I... I guess something happened.
Well, actually, you got time thing?
When don't I? Oh fuck.
That's my favorite pastime. There we go. Why don't you talk about it in your basket?
My god, why does it walk like that?
Oh no. Maybe we can check this first. Huh. Suppose this works. You weren't even following me. This is...
I don't want to hear anything about it. Anyways, what did you want to say?
Come on in. There we go. Just something funny happened. Figured you want to hear about it. Especially considering how much you didn't want it to happen earlier.
Oh boy. Okay.
Did you know that us, generally as an organization, are going to be heading against Masse?
Are you fucking serious?
There, that's the face I expected.
I don't really see any issues with this. I just didn't think they'd be sending you as so unprepared.
Oh, well, currently the idea is to get a bunch of preparation, then actually, well, as far as I can tell, they haven't actually fully said what we're going to be doing yet. But it's pretty obvious if you can read the room. It's just going to be a repeat of last time. Hunt a CEO.
You know what I've never been sure about? Don't they literally have a god as your boss? Why couldn't he do it?
See, that's a good question. Because that's not what happened the last time either. Last time, he sent groups to do it.
Never understood Mayo. Then again, the gods don't really like getting involved with a lot of things.
They like to, well, a lot of them love to get involved, just not in a way that outs them or can get them punished in other ways. It's the entire reason, well, that's the entire reason the wardens exist. Except even they have their own restrictions, so they get their own little playthings.
I guess.
It all comes down, little river of influence.
I just wonder how it's gonna be different this time.
Different? A lot more people are gonna die.
Figured there's 3 groups worth of people fighting instead of 1. they're guaranteed to mess up at some point. At least
They're
that's just
also
speaking
more
statistically.
prepared to be attacked. The current target, well, the current end target is most likely... Well, no, they were definitely there the entire first round of this. So they saw it all happen. So that's already going to make it more difficult. Because they saw it happen the first time and then they went and just continued the same steps, why wouldn't they expect us to do this again? Currently, one of our only advantages is the fact they don't expect us to do it right now.
You know, I think this is one of the few times that I'm actually in the dark as much as you are.
Not a great feeling, is it?
I've learned. Mass is interesting. I've never really understood why they did the they did.
You don't?
Well,
It's really understandable. Kind of what a lot of people want.
Answers.
No, to be different.
And to live, I guess. They are a hospital.
They're just what happens if, you know... Yeah.
You wanted to be able to live forever.
Especially with that disease. Well, with that disease killing him. Sounds like forever turned it up. He'd at least like to live his own lifespan.
It would probably be at least a livable disease if he had an albus or something to help him. But day of medicine hasn't really gone that far.
There's also the fact that if you could shoot for anything, and both had a high chance of killing you. Would you shoot for doing it with albus and being able to live with the disease, or would you shoot for it with Chyme and live forever?
Probably Chyme. Then again, there's not really any of them left.
Oh yeah, because he got rid of them all. Which, that's probably not even the same focus that they're going as the same as last time, so it comes into the question of... Wonder what they're even doing.
Probably a repeat of what happened last time.
Well, except there's not even enough Chymes to really do that much testing anymore.
Just go down the list, I guess. There's still primordials of every other type. Maybe Giru. Absence of life is something that you can probably find a way to reverse somehow. But nobody pays me for my opinion anymore, so...
You know, I don't actually hate your opinions as long as they not, no, stop, don't do that.
Really?
I have been asking for help for how long?
Too long. Although I'm glad that you haven't at least executed me or something.
Say that part again?
Although I'm glad you haven't executed me or something. Speaking metaphorically. You can't really kill me.
I was about to say we both know I
least
can't
the way
kill
that
you.
is. Tried.
I have tried.
Huh?
Said I have tried.
You too. You get left with a lot of time. Not a lot of between.
Especially, I remember that one time you pissed me off, and I think I burned you alive when I was 18.
That was one of the nicer ones. There was also the waterboarding incident.
It happens.
Maybe put me in a comedically large cannon next time. Shoot me into the stars.
I'll add it to the list. But that's all I really had to tell you. Plus, I really just wanted to see your reaction.
Thanks.
Now to figure out everything else.
Without you?
That almost sounded jealous.
Okay, I admit. Maybe I am. I don't really trust him. He doesn't have the best interest in mind. He literally said that he just wants to see something happen, good or bad. You're just the catalyst that's gonna get it to happen.
As long as it gets me what I want, what do I care?
Have you read every single term and condition when it comes to them?
I never signed anything. I just want a plan forward. You understand that? Scared of me?
ever do that ever again.
Sure. Yeah, I was just trying to get my point across.
You did. You did. I just don't hurt me. I'll do anything. Nothing.
This is new.
Nothing. It's not important.
That's what they meant.
What?
I was confused for a while. Something someone said to me. They made a mention that the way I felt is how you feel when I hold you.
Who are you referring to?
I'll give you a guess.
Don't tell me.
See, they made it sound like you're afraid of me.
I'm not.
Don't need to be what I am to know you're lying.
You wouldn't have been able to read me anyways.
Except I'm doing it right now. Just not with any essence. Just my eyes. You backed up.
So what if I did?
Scare you for some reason. And I think I have for a long time.
I don't think you want me to answer that question.
Well, it makes me wonder why.
I'm surprised you haven't figured it out by now.
Well, it's at least nothing I know I can do.
No. There's nothing you can do. I can confirm that one. Really is a beautiful night out tonight, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's all your favorite stars.
Yeah. Maybe without the clouds in the way. The light shines brighter when there's nothing there to obstruct it, after all. It's usually how the sky is.
The line, huh?
It's a word for something that, you know.
No, you don't
It's
have
in
to
the
keep
shadows.
going.
Yeah, I know.
I heard he heard it from someone else.
Who hasn't? Sometimes when the light pollution is low in the city, usually in Calumet. Stars feel so close that you could just touch them.
That's one of the plans in a way.
I haven't been there. Yes, it's usually how spiritual places are. Not a lot of technology. Southern is kind of the antithesis of what you would want for a good temple.
What would happen if I would leave the
People
barrier?
do what they want to do.
It would lessen Saga, but it would also lessen Day.
Can't really stop them. They want to build a temple in a dark. Sorry. The others are screaming really fucking loud. Where was I?
Temple in the dark.
Nobody would build a temple in the dark. Willingly, at least. But if they want to do it, you can't really stop them. I've seen a couple of them happen. At least, most of the temples in the new city were purposefully put there. They're more ordered. Like all the rank 4 temples being Calamity. Usually they were more spaced out, random. I never really had any rhyme or reason for it. Usually it's just because the god liked it.
Now they're
I used to go to those
structured.
temples a lot.
Ordered.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what happens when you rebuild an entire city. The old temples were beautiful too.
Especially if you
I miss
wanted to
all of
do
them.
something. Temples and that. What if I mapped them all? Yeah. What ones did you go to?
I used to go to Reeves a lot. It's one of the only ones here that haven't been completely destroyed. You can always get a good view of the sky there. It's on the outskirts of Southam. There's also a couple others.
Sounds like I should pay it a visit then.
Only if you'd want to. Although I can't imagine any company you'd find there would be willing to talk.
Well, don't really need them willing to talk.
It's nicer that way.
Really is.
There's constellations in the sky right now. Can't you see it? It's this one.
Which one's that?
Reeves. Sometimes, if you're lucky, you get to see the different colors up close. This is always teal. Chimes is always yellow. Gears is always purple, and arrows is always red. But that's if you have good eyes. And if you're on a mountain. With less technology getting in the way, stars are always good.
Does Dave use technology to...
Then again, that's kind of how religions fade. When you have less of a need to rely on a god for something, we tend to stop believing in them as new generations pass on. It's just typical biology and not biology.
Just how people are wired. Everything has so many... Well, everyone has so many different things they need. Just a matter of who can provide it. And what do they want in return.
I know there's a specific name for the study of it. I think it's... I know it's one of Oasis's domains. Anthropology. The formation of cultures and how people live. I used to study it a lot.
Uh-huh. Before you were a starling?
A while ago.
That would be a while ago. Early 1800s?
Around there. Kinda lost track of time after how long it's been. But nobody pays me for my opinions anymore, so I don't really have the opportunity to share them.
Pays
Kinda
you
gets
for
lost.
your opinions. Is that what you did when you were alive?
You know what a job is, right?
Yes, I'm aware. Vast majority of those are paid to not have opinions.
Yeah.
Surprised you can't talk about what you did when you were alive. Not even that.
I was a researcher. A journalist.
What were you researching?
Godly essences.
What did you find?
I mostly studied the mutations of different abilities, and how one can undergo unlocking their mastery technique through various different ways. There's a lot of different ways that it can be unlocked. The most common is just being a demigod. But usually there's different types of GE manifestations that have existed on the planet. It gives a lot of leeway for different abilities to show, ones that aren't unique to the holder. It's how Reeves are able to do different things with their portals depending on how they mark them. How Oisises have different light colors for different emotions for each and every single case. The discrepancies in that. I always found it fascinating.
Especially because I was, well, bringing up mutation. I was surprised to find out someone that I expected to have something else had a normal Saga Mastery.
The Saga Mastery can be extended in a lot of different ways. At its base value, it allows you to read the minds of people that you come into contact with. Doesn't exactly specify how long or how much, or what a form of contact even is. I've met people who can read minds by hearing a person, just touching them, not knowing anything about them, holding an object of theirs. As long as it had their DNA on it. But those are more specific cases. Yours is interesting. At least all of your siblings kind of had something different with them. You're by far the strongest. I don't think they'd have the heart to tell you, though.
strongest, but not strong enough.
Maybe no. Your godly essence has a lot of potential that you just haven't unlocked yet. Maybe you have. Just don't know about it. I don't think you need me to be the one to tell you that, though. You figured that out already.
That's why I'm trying to shake that half.
You can't. At least right now. Whatever it is. I know you'll use good use of it.
Well, if it's anything like what I think it might be. Probably. It seemed to have good uses when I tested it before. Just don't know if it can do exactly what I think it can.
That's what the scientific method is for. Exhaust all options. Even the ones that you're afraid of.
It's funny you're the one saying that. I've never had a problem with that.
Preferably the safest ones first. With you, I don't really know anymore. I want you to live just as much as you do. The thing is, the things I want to tell you are the things that got one of your older sisters murdered. I don't know if it'll repeat again. At least,
He said about the
she
same.
ignored me. I tried telling her, but it was too late. He was already dead. We made the deal.
Well, I haven't even been offered a deal. Just a direction.
I'll word this the way you want to word it. Since you don't like me restricting you. Don't be stupid. Read all the terms and conditions before applying to anything. Have you ever heard the story of the monkey's paw before?
I have, but go ahead.
Say a man wishes for his town to be cured of a drought. A finger on the monkey's paw curls, and the entire town floods. It's no longer in a drought. The town isn't there anymore.
I would say perhaps one of the best suited in the entire world to not do that. Well, you know how specific I have to be with the narrator.
Narrate too.
That's exactly how it
I was
works.
mostly talking from. The more specific your question, the more specific your answer.
Or...
Of course, if you shout out wish into the open void, it's gonna give you something seemingly coherent.
Gets me exactly what I write. It has to fill in between the lines. It does. Which is why more planned it is, more written out it is. Less...
And when you stumble into something unplanned,
I write fast.
it's gonna seem confused. And then you write out of impulse. You're going to stumble before you manage to pick yourself up. It's just how it...
Possibly. Except I've been using it for a long time.
You think you have... Not every aspect.
You saying there's more I can do with it?
Not with narrating. You have a really good, potential, do you?
Potential. And not with narrator.
With narrator, it's different.
Or is this more talking about the potential that, again, I can't access?
You know, usually the mastery ability is all unlocked through GE ancestry or practicing your abilities that you already know. That's how arrows start to learn to change time. That's how Reeves learned how to use illusion things. You've practiced.
You have to speak at a volume where I can hear you saying I practiced what? The rest of it was muffled.
You've practiced it a lot.
And how is that relevant? I was born with it.
How many times have you practiced your ability? Have you ever compared them to a normal sagas before? At least with this conversation in mind. Because I know you're gonna say that you already have done everything already. Have you really done everything?
What's throwing me off is that you're almost implying this has nothing to do with narrator, except narrator is the only one I can think this applies to.
Who said I couldn't be helpful every now and then?
I already know the limits of publisher and editor. Unless you're implying that even now, after all this time, there's still something I don't know about editor.
You know that your father has the ability to do everything that you can do and more?
Yes.
Have there ever been any discrepancies? Something that he can't do that you can? Where did you learn the mirror trick from? Or was that memory erased?
I don't know. Just knew that I could do it.
All those anomalies coming together. Usually a puzzle seems completely out of whack when you don't have anything pieced together yet. You gotta put the corners together to be able to actually see the image that you're looking at. Put together the corner pieces. You have all the information that you need to figure it out. You just need to look back. I can guarantee you've been told everything, or have at least seen it happen in front of you enough times.
Can you confirm something for me?
I can try.
In the memories of mine that were taken, did I know more of what I could do than I do now?
No. At least not from what I remember. Most of them were coincidental.
I put something together too fast. Either something happened or I figured something out.
Everything unfortunately happens for a reason. At least I know Felix broke those things to protect you. Maybe he learned from a vast experience. Maybe from my mistake. He's always kind of been like that. None of the memories from what I remember are anything big, however. There might be something I'm forgetting, but
Considering the one memory that survives, disagree.
the day you got married.
I think that's what you described, yeah. Because there was someone else in there. Now, the vast majority of them is destroyed, but I was able to make out some qualities.
Like what?
Looked almost like black and white stripes. Eyes across the arm, clawed hands. I had an arm around my shoulder.
That checks out.
The vibe I got off of it looks like a family photo. That's what's, well, confusing me.
I wouldn't read it as that.
Oh no, that doesn't make sense to me as an explanation.
I know for a fact they're definitely not.
Oh, I think you're misunderstanding. I'm not implying that I think that I'm somehow related. I'm talking about the fact that it seemed like they were important. They were holding me.
I'll leave you with one thing. You have a perfect memory recall. Put the corner pieces together. You've met them before, and remember it.
Perfectly placed. So much that even I didn't notice, and I spend my time in my memories almost all the time. Close to find. Do I? A topic to revisit for later.
Okay, I'm done.
Alright.
There we go. Alright. Alright.
Husband, how are you?
Oh my god.
I don't know you!
Alice Kaim Holder from
Amars is coming. Amars is coming in as an Atlas.
Oh wait, yeah, that would make her.
Oh my
that,
fucking god.
That would track a little more, wouldn't it?
It was really
Wait.
hard ending that, by the way.
What? Say again?
Alice Malusi. It was really hard ending that. I wanted to keep going, but I figured that would be a good enough note to drop it on.
Yeah, did you like... I was trying to play off with the fact... I was trying to play off with the fact it was just John. Of, showing more of the psychopathic type of behaviors.
Yeah.
Of the... While, like, mid-conversation, he is just slightly slamming his head into one of the, like, Vitali windows.
I need to fucking draw that scene. That was kind of fucking peak.
Yeah, and there's also a moment... There's a moment that they were
The infinite
relaxed.
expanse of the
Yeah.
void.
They were just relaxed. Just kind of idly chatting. And then they make a mention of... They make a mention of, like... Oh, are you gonna go do everything with Obfu now? John was like mid-opening the door, stopped, and closed and went, "You sound jealous."
What?
The face on that model is so
And then also, they started talking about how, like... About how he's been listening to Obfu a bunch. He came up behind them and then grabbed, like, each side of their head while they were, like, laying down and was like... They give me things I can go do. They give me plans forward. And then what John wasn't expecting is he fucking made them a panic attack. Like, things started being terrified of John, and he's like, "Are you fucking scared of me?"
Also, keep the tail, by the way.
Because, like, John is, like, storming forward while they're backing up in fear. While he's like, no, you don't get to be afraid of me.
You don't get to be afraid of me.
Yeah. We both know I can't hurt you. Not in a way that matters. He also brought up he burned them alive when he was 18. But, not that it does anything.
Whimper.
Whimper.
I'm telling you.
Whisper. I lagged so bad when I looked at you.
Oi, where's Toldis then?
I told him already.
Dude, I love, someone in my chat was like, why the fuck is John menacing? Of just...
He's always been like that.
Yeah, he's literally always been like that. He just doesn't show it that often.
I wasn't...
So I had the fucking monumental slip up his thing. You'll...
Yeah, they
gonna like go and skim.
They said something, not that it made any sense to John right now, but they said something, but their sheer reaction after, he wouldn't have fucking noticed if they didn't have like apocalypse level reaction of cutting themselves off.
The passive Pluto method.
Cause they talked about like, yeah, it's just my job, and then like cut themselves off completely. And then John was like, You can't talk about your job.
No.
And then he was asking, like, you can't talk about what you did in life?
I said, do you know what a fucking job is?
Do you know what a...
Yeah, do you know what a
I've just been
fucking job
itching
is?
to fucking say that recently. I'm sorry.
You know, saying that to John in his fucking work attire.
Funny as fuck. Exactly. Hey.
Man.
Hey.
That's not very.
Hey, don't shoot the messenger.
End of the road, gotta put you down like a dog.
John shoots the messenger all the time.
Oh, that was right in my fucking viewpoint.
I know, I'm good.
You should have hit him right in his...
No, I've spent enough time in VR chat. I've spent enough time in VR chat. Yeah, I've spent enough time in VR chat. I've gotten really good at finding people's phantom sense spots. Like, just off of just sheer sight. Like, watch this.
That's unfair.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's kind of...
Okay, it'd be unfair, but that was really funny.
I own Woods only 24 carats.
Dude, fucking... I love how much John is like passively intimidates Monarch.
Monarch is just like that.
Yeah, I know. Like John's like, you don't need to be afraid of me.
Yeah,
I literally can't do anything. I'm like basically a Dave, but I scout.
You get smaller.
Which is essentially just constantly on the verge of metaphorically pissing their pants at any given moment. Like gun to their head.
Did you like the conversation we were having while both of us are looking at like all the groups together?
Yeah,
where
Crow unmuted, went to the mod VC and went, "Yo, why the fuck are you guys looking at me?"
Yeah.
Is that what they did?
You know how fucking hard it is staying in character when shit like that happens? It happened twice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because one of these motherfuckers, in the middle of our conversation, one of these motherfuckers played the fucking in the fucking
Okay. While you fuckers were fucking around, we were talking about like what we wanted to change about the mission and what John wants to happen.
That's on 8.
Shut up. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god.
Make Whisper public right now so I can show you how stupid that you look. Loving life.
Oh my god! That made me sit up. Okay.
Yeah. Seeing your body flail around was all of the reward I needed.
Good. I forget if it's sitting up or standing up that fucks you up. I know it's
Stand up really fast. Stand up really fast. Stand up really fast. Stand up really fast.
Oh, he's fine actually. He's
Go go gadget anemia.
Yeah, you're about to fall in like 3.
He used the yeah, there you go. Because he used the go-go gadget.
Yeah, go go gadget anemia.
Oh no shit.
Made it work.
Sorry, I have a fucking jackal laugh.
The roleplay, by the way.
Yeah.
You okay, buddy? Did you hurt yourself at all?
No!
No, too, you're okay, or did you hurt yourself?
Yeah, at a certain point, John was even talking about
what?
Whisper was talking about what they would have to reveal to like Lucid eventually. Which I loved showing how fucking psychopathic John was with that.
Literally like that big. How am I supposed to miss that?
Fucking, they were talking about telling all of Lucid more about them. And John offered of like, well, if it doesn't go well, I could wipe them and you can try it again.
That was a fucking monumental thing, by the way.
I'll give you the quick save.
It was a monumental thing, by the way, because he never is willing to admit that to anybody.
Yeah, which is John's like, well, one, you can, because John they're an experiment of John's right now. He's not hiding anything that he's doing from them.
Bro, John and Whisper walk in and you just see the quick saving in the corner.
How many times has this happened?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. John also offered, because they brought up their concerns about vision. And John offered of like, well, I mean, if you're worried about vision not being cut out for like the team, I can just fix them.
I got pussy attacked earlier by Captivator.
Good? Yeah.
Yeah. John's just offering it while staring at all you guys.
Dog.
I hate to break it to you, you're right on my crotch, dude.
His crotch was in
Where
my
else am I
face.
supposed to say it?
No, my lap.
On your
not
ass.
Like, yeah, like.
Sorry, instinct. Sorry, I saw a small creature and my immediate instinct was to axe kick it.
Kick the Zolly.
Kick the Zolly.
You wouldn't hurt a little guy.
You would.
You make it so easy.
You would in the face, actually.
You make it so easy.
You feel so guilty. You feel so bad.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the stream. I'm gonna end it here.